What is going on, you dead set legends? And welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling show in the world. I am your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler. Oh, what a headache. What a headache. I woke up this morning and I was like, there's so much going on with GvW. If you don't know what GvW is, it's Georgia versus World. So much going on with East versus West, a.k.a. EvW. And then my man, Matt Rhodes, did a live. I couldn't bear it. I was in and out. I went to the gym. I watched it for a bit with a coffee, and I was just like, oh, my God. Nothing like to do Matt Rhodes. Matt Rhodes is a legend. He's my mate. And just the shit that was spewing out, not from Matt, but from Roman. Oh, my God. Two songs come to mind. Master of Puppets and Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. This was just... That was quite possibly the worst thing GvW could have done. Quite possibly. I might have to change the title. I made banners and I had, the concept of this show is three reasons why East versus West will success and fail, and the same for GvW. That was a train wreck. Roman just Jablonski GvW. That was... I don't even know where to start. I do not even know where to start. I mean, you guys might be able to direct me. I'll say hi to everyone in the chat in a moment. But bloody hell. Bloody hell. I've just got to send one message. Oh, wow. Wow. All right, let's get into it. All right, who's in the chat? Let's just figure out if we can go this. So my man sits there and goes, depends if there is exclusive contracts when I go to watch MMA. I'm watching the UFC, not the companies that the UFC took over after they went bankrupt using ex-UFC fighters out of their prime, etc. Hey, Jamie Sheldon, we haven't heard from you in a hot minute. One of the OG Dead Set legends. Big fan of Jamie Sheldon. But when it all went down with another company, Jamie just... Oh, man. Tall Paul says they would do better just to own up to Engen having everything to do with it and then move on from there. Man, I'll watch that one later. Tall Paul, sorry, I'm not bypassing your comment. We're going to try and get down. He's getting it next. We'll try and go through it all. I'll watch it later. Fair enough, Gateway. Hi, Jake. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you very much for the fair strap. GvW, an ally of the sports. Hello again, boys. My man, Mark. We're having a bit of fun. Earlier, I was texting Mark before. This one here. How'd you like the interview? Oh, mate, I would tune in for 5 minutes and then hear, and I was just like, mate, that is terrible. First of all, oh, no, I don't care if anyone doesn't know who I am. But in the first 10 minutes, I'm owner. Oh, I'm owner. Well, I'm the owner. I'm 50% owner. I'm the owner. Oh, no, but I don't care. I don't care if anyone knows who I am. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I used to like you, but that was terrible. That was terrible marketing. Terrible marketing. Man, Painless is in the chat. Ready, bang. Wow. They haven't got off to the best start. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Sorry, just mate. Let's get in there. 100% Engen, 0% Roman and Gennady. Oh, I think Gennady could be the face of it. And there was just so much wrong with that. There was just so much wrong. From what I saw, it was just Jablonski'd. Just Jablonski'd. Wow. Why I'm not surprised you mean negative about GvW. You're just a hater, my guy. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Got me. You got me. Did you even watch it? I watched probably half an hour of it. You're a hater. That's it. You got me. Yeah, you got me. If you look back at all my previous lives, that I was always positive about, I said, start your own league. Start your own league. I just hate contradictions and I hate lies. That's all, mate. You're a hater. Oh, I didn't get any information from that. I got some. So which match? Oh, don't get me started on this either. None. This is just stupid. That's one of the reasons why EvW will fail. Let me just scroll down. Hey, I've also, so this one here, I've got a quick announcement to make. A quick announcement to make for you guys. I don't know if you're watching the live commentary with Brian Shaw and Brandon Allen. I was doing the live commentary. Either way, on Thursday night, I'll be commentating in front of 30,000 people at an Aussie Rules football game, a Legends game. So super pumped for that on the number one sports radio station in the country. I'll be commentating that. So cannot wait. Oh, man. Oh, g'day, mate. You missed one hell of a shit show. One hell of a shit show. So it was like, I just couldn't. It was really weird. First of all, go back to some of my old lives. I would always call Roman Mr. 10%. And he would giggle and go, yeah. Because he'd always put his 10% on everything that happened. But suddenly just starts a league when he gets fired. I get it, made out of spite, but just be honest. Just be honest. Now, someone can help me out in the chat. Did they announce where their money was coming from? Because I don't know about you, but if someone's dropping a lot of money on or sponsoring my event, they're not going to be an anonymous sponsor. They're not dropping 10K, 20K, 30K, whatever to just do it anonymously. So for me, that says a lot of things. It was just so much contradicting. Gennady hates contracts, but they're going to put GvW athletes under contract, but they can pull anywhere except if anyone badmouths them. I mean, the PR, they were already taking pot shots at other companies. I don't think they named any companies, but they're taking pot shots at other arm wrestling companies. Like they're not off to the best start. They're definitely not off to the best start. That wasn't great. It just wasn't ideal. Just was I was in the chat. It was pure cinema. I missed the film. It went for like 3 hours. 3 hours. It was really tough to listen to any of that. Gennadi's the only one. I'm involved as well. I'm part owner. I'm 50% owner. Yeah. It was insane. Drunk Eddie's in there. Ready bang, what's going on? I watched all of it. I want a refund for my time. Man. It was, hey, what's going on, Richard Genix? It was insane. I'll try and get through my 3 reasons why both companies succeed. That was the thing, but geez, they just kept going time after time. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be a good gig on Thursday night. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, my God. Yeah, they said sponsorship, but did they say who? Did they say? Oh, Gennadi's. Wait. So they got sponsors? No, Roman got a loan. They said sponsors. Sister and unnamed sponsors. Okay, Gennadi's sister. Gennadi's sister is sponsoring it. Gennadi's family is quite rich. Okay. Gennadi's his sister is the investor. We're not allowed to know what business she's involved with. Oh. Look, for me, if you've got a fake backdrop, I can't believe a word that you're saying. Like, come on, man. Just whatever your background is. If it's your bedroom, just leave it as your bedroom. Like, don't have to have a pool in the background and things like that. Like, come on, man. Like, that's awesome if Gennadi's sister's helping him out. Brilliant. Good. Get the funding in there. But that was just a shit show. That did more harm than good. That did more harm than good. I mean, they're already taking pot shots at other leagues and they haven't even had their first event. I think Gennadi mentioned that everyone's scared of Engen. We're not scared of Engen. They were just annoyed that he torpedoed the company after he sold it. They were just annoyed. Oh. Gennadi was upset about the comments in the chat. As in, was Gennadi upset about the super chats that Matt read? Can Gennadi read English? That's very cool. Yeah, Gennadi's sister. All right, I've got to catch up. I've got to catch up to the chat. Both leagues can be successful if their communication is okay. Yeah, I mean, first mistake. Oh, look, I'm just trying to figure out which way we can go through all this. I'm trying to figure out. You can translate auto chat. Okay, that's good to know. He was mad at my comment in Georgia and then called me a bot. Yeah, it's like it's really hard. So where do we start? Well, let's start how GvW. I think I might have to add a fourth one, but 3 reasons how GvW can be successful. Number 1 is if they nail the production. We've been screaming and shouting if they can nail the production. They do that one, and then it goes a long way. You know, if everything's crystal clear, like you can have the best matches, but if it's filmed in a potato or the stream drops out and gets a bit choppy, everyone's going to be annoyed. Everyone is going to be annoyed. So they really, if they can nail that, which I hope they do, all power to them. Just stop having that little guy lie all the time. Then if they nail that, they're on. They can do really well. They need to land a big name. And when I mean a big name, like they've got some really good pullers on there, but they just need to land a big star. And in arm wrestling, and it's no disrespect to anyone, there's not that many huge stars. Pay-per-view movers, needle movers, as I call them, needle movers. So there's not that many. There's not that many. So if they can land a big star, they haven't yet. They might have some really good matches, but if they can land a big name, then they can be off and running. I found it very confused. Like this is where I hate lying. So Gennady was saying he's only signed athletes that aren't under contract. He said, that aren't under contract. And fair enough, I can believe him. So then that takes me back that I would say years ago that not many athletes were under contract. They were just strong-armed. You compete there, you can't compete here. You compete there, you can't compete at EvW. And everyone's like, that doesn't happen. Oh, they're all under contract. But then Gennady saying, well, your Makarovs, your Kostadinovs, your Ryan Bowens aren't under contract, which I do believe. But I do believe they were strong-armed. So so someone's lying. In that case. But if they land like a huge name, and there's not many to land, then they can really knock it out the park. And my third one, and it goes to both of them, they need to build new stars. So out of this first event, we need to be sitting there going, oh my God, that bloke is a rock star. I want to see more of him. I can't wait to see him back on the table. He's awesome. Oh my God, I'm buying the pay-per-view because of him. This is what both promotions need to do in order to be successful. We want to watch GvW or, East versus West in Switzerland or a Challenger Series or whatever they do and go, right, that's your next start. That's the one where I go, can't wait to see who he's pulling next, or this will smash it out the park. He is a needle mover. There's not many. There's Devon, probably Lavard. Brian Shaw proved it on the weekend. Eddie Hall. I'd probably put Erdemes. I think a lot of people buy the pay-per-view if Erdemes is pulling. And that's about it. That's really about it. Obviously, it used to be John Brezink, but with his back surgery and everything. But when John comes back, if he comes back, then he'll go from there. Now, you can land a star like that, then they could be rocking and rolling. They could really be rocking and rolling. So there are my three things on how GvW can be successful. Let's have a chat to everyone here. What bothers me is for some time is the whole you can't pull with other leagues if we don't like them crap. It's been going on for a while. I get it. Like, I get why they've done it, because if I'm making a financial investment and I'm going to give you 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 grand just to pull at my event, and I think that your match is going to be the reason I get an extra 2,000-3,000 pay-per-view buys, and then you go pull somewhere else and get injured, that only hurts my company. So I've always said it. I get why they have done it, But I just wish there was no lies. Oh, no, I had no involvement. Oh, I'm only in it for the good of the sport of arm wrestling. It's like, fuck right. Oh, just stop lying. I just wish that Roman came out and went, I'm super pissed of how I was terminated at EvW, and I am a loyal Engen bootlicker. He's my guy. So I'm starting this one to be in direct competition with East versus West. And I'd be like, young man's got balls on him. Young man's got balls. To sit there and say, oh, no, our logos aren't the same. The colors are different. Like, just come out and say it. Even back in the day, and I would have said on previous live, if Engen just come out and said, I want to be the number one promoter in the world. I want everyone under my banner because I believe that I can take arm wrestling to the next level. I can take it to the promised land. Instead of, I'm only doing it for the sport, I'm not in it for the money, and I don't want to hurt other companies, and I don't want to do this. Like, no, just come out and tell us the truth. I always say, arm wrestling fans, we're lunatics, but we're not dumb. We see through things. So that's my big thing. Hey, what's going on, Arminian? Geez, I'm late. Geez, I'm about 6 minutes behind the comments. I thought there was a lot of contradictions. Yeah, Akimbo, Ryan Bowen, they're big name, but a massive, massive, massive star. A massive star. What else have we got? Confronting to know the GWO logo has a different color, so it's not a rip-off. Thank heavens that they are a artistic license. Oh, and everyone's getting in there. Jeez, all right, I'm going to try and scroll down. So now people are just getting personal and throwing insults in the chat. Here we go. What else have we? I'm just trying to have a look. So Zaravashvili and Saganashvili have potential if they beat their opponents or at least give them a tough match. There you go. We just need to see if we can get some stars happening. Oh, man, this is hilarious. Oh, my God. The tears are flowing. Oh, I'm sure there's Engen burner accounts in the chat, but remember, he has the sound turned down, so... Let's have a look. Okay, everyone's just all arguing with each other in the chat. Okay, scroll back down. Oh my God, you guys are hilarious. So, yeah, so that's 3 ways how I think GvW can succeed. Now, 3 ways how I think EvW succeed. First of all, build new stars, which we just covered. Keep Brian Shaw involved. The professionalism of this man was unbelievable. Speaking to him on air, off air, text messages, even his wife, Kerry, having a chat with her. Just professionalism through the wazoo. What they presented to us and how they spoke, I thought was fantastic. And it is just something, you know, whether you like Brian or you hate Brian, whether you like Strongman or hate Strongman or liked his event or hated his event, just kept it cool 100. Just kept it very cool. and professional, even when he addressed everything that was going on, all the drama, all the chaos that was cracking. I thought him split line down the middle. Yeah. Split line down the middle. I thought he was great. We saw the way it was produced. It just looked fantastic. No blips whatsoever. Shout out to Brian and his team. Can't speak highly of him enough. Get on it. I hope he stays involved. And the last one, the third one, use Devon's reach. Use Devon's reach. You know, you want to put on fantastic arm wrestling, but you also need to expand. And how do you expand? Reach. Devon can slide into just about anyone's DMs and he'll get a response. I mean, I was there when I think it was Mike O'Hearn called him when I was at his house. He just, you know, he can go into, like when there was a massive live stream, just YouTubers, and one of them broke their arm wrestling. You know, Devon slides into the DMs and they respond to him. Use his pop culture reach. Use his pop culture reach. It would just be mad not to do it. And, you know, say what you want about the guy, but if you think he's not a needle mover, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You don't have to like him. You don't have to like him. And I understand why a lot of people don't. He's my mate, so of course I'm going to like him. I think he's great, and I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand what needle movers do. I've seen some numbers of what Devon does. And if you think otherwise, then you just are blinded by hate. You're just blinded by hate. But that's okay. I try and let everyone have an opinion here on the show. But they're my 3 reasons how I think EvW will succeed. Now, we'll get to the 3 reasons why they will both fail. Let's see what we got on. What's going on, crazy Uncle Jim? Rick Chains, bitch. What's happening? What else have we got? Your boy Mitch. Devon is the secret owner. Could you imagine that? Plot twist. Plot twist. That's hilarious. That would be funny as. That would be funny as. Hey, my favorite currently in Australia since Matt is in Miami, Aussie podcast host. Arguably the best commentator on the scene. My favorite currently in Australia. Who's Matt? Matt's in Miami. Who's Matt? I'm not understanding that, Lucky, but you're a superstar. Hope everything is going well. I'll try my best to do commentary. I'm just having fun out there. I'm not trying to be better than anyone. I'm not trying to outdo anyone. I just like having a bit of fun when I'm there. I get excited as a sports fan. I know my role. I know what I can bring. But thank you very much for the kind words. Thank you for the kind words. And the super chat. But it's not about that. Like, let me... have I got any hosting, interviewing, commentating offers from EvW since the chaos? No. And I'm not vying for that job. I'm not vying for it. I've done it because I've spoken my truth and I've been telling you for 4 years the garbage that have been going on. No, I'm not. And I'm not gunning for it either. On Thursday night, I'll be very lucky enough to be commentating at an Aussie Rules footy match. And there's going to be 30,000 people there. And I'm very lucky to get the opportunity. I'll be hanging and banging in there on a very, very, it's televised across the world, but I'll be on #1 sports radio station. So I got plenty of going on over here. Just absolutely killed it on the weekend. Last weekend, commentating 6 Aussie Rules games. I'm going all right, mate. It's fine. They're happy with their team. and I'm happy being at home. I have a couple of gigs for the rest of the year. Like, I'm very excited to go to Over the Top. Devin will be in Australia. I'm going to an event in November in America. Can't wait for that one. And then maybe Arm Sports Entertainment at the end of November, start of December. I am the secret owner. Right. 3 reasons why GvW could fail. Worst bloke to have. Sorry, mate. But you tried going in hard. And you went into every live stream. You were defending. You were caught out. Going behind people's backs and things like that. The best thing GvW could have done was get a different translator and saying that you didn't have any involvement. You could have been a secret owner, an anonymous owner, but it was the worst timing for everything. It was the worst timing for GvW to come out. Logo looks exactly the same. And what I saw on that show did nothing good for that company. Nothing. In my opinion, I was feeling bad for Gennady. I really was. I like watching Gennady pull. I think he's a beast. But that, unfortunately, buddy, that was no good. That was no good. It in my opinion, I could be wrong, and everyone will correct me, but it just read you wanted everyone to know who you were. You wanted everyone to know what your involvement was and who you were. You want, you know, and that could be a thing. A lot of people, you know, irrelevancy really hurts people, and it clearly had been hurting you. So, and the contradictions and everything, it just didn't sit well with me, buddy. I wish you all the best. But it was the worst possible timing. And then you're in charge of the Instagram and the YouTube, and you're already taking pot shots at other organizations in your comments, and you're already attacking the fans. You know, if you're calling them bots and things like that, best thing you needed to do was convert the fence sitters. The people that are like, I'm never buying GvW, or I don't like GvW. Your job was to convert them, was to get them over the line and go, right, hey, everyone, I probably went too hard in the paint with the whole chaos thing. Might have got it wrong. I think I've overstepped the mark here. I've made this company out of spite. I'm pretty pissed off. I'm an emotional guy. But I'm going to move forward. Right, you're going to get athletes that we know are superstars that you've never heard of. And we're going to show you on this platform why they're mega stars. And that's what GvW can bring. Instead, you just walked around. You had a fake background to start with. Come on, mate. Oh, come on, buddy. Lift. I'll try rooting for you at times. I really try. See what the chat's got to say. Okay, that's where I was up to. Let's have a look. Okay, responding to each other. It was a dumpster fire. I thought it was as well. The response to the branding being a copy was diabolical. Yeah, it was exactly the same. Mr. Jingles says, if you're an up-and-coming puller, you're aiming to make your name in the biggest stage, your biggest promotions, which is EvW, same with sponsors, etc. They want to get involved with proven names events. Yeah, but you also need to pull to make a name, and this is what GvW might do. Mac on the weekend. I can't wait. I won't be able to watch it live because I'm commentating all day for footy, but buy the Mac pay-per-view and you'll see some awesome up-and-coming pullers. What's with the angry face? I think so as well. I think so now. What else have we got? But in my response, I don't think Roman is an owner. Aussie, I super chatted in Matt's channel about the timing of GvW's creation, and Roman asked Gennady, who then got very defensive, and you could tell angered him. Yeah, the timing wasn't great. I had said start an own league and things like that, but the timing and people involved just wasn't great. I do think, and I've been big on this for every promotion. They're already up to 17 matches. I think I counted 17. It's a lot of matches. It's a lot of matches. I get what they're trying to prove, that every single person is involved, you know, every division and things like that. But there was just so many. Yeah, 17 so far. That's a lot. That'll go forever. Now, I'm not sure of the rule set. Yeah. Oh, everyone. And you can get, and I get it, you can get carried away with making matches. Like, oh my God, we got this guy, you want to pull this arm, you want to pull that arm. I get it, but sometimes you just got to rein it back, hold your horses. I mean, what we had 10 at EvW 19. Even that went for almost 4 hours. Like 17. I think it's 17. Let me go to... let's have a look. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay, that's a double up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And look, there's some matches that I'm actually excited about. Absolutely. How could you not be? But 16 matches? That's a lot. That is a lot. Another thing for me is if Georgia lose a lot of these matches, man, Georgia versus the world doesn't really, you know, I think they need to go 50-50. Yeah, I think they need to go 50-50. Yeah. But if they lose a lot of matches, can't be good. Can it? It's like Georgia versus the world, and Georgia went 2-10. It's like, oh well. Oh, they're all right. I'll do this one for you because I like your mark. So can both promotions succeed? 67% of you say no. So what was your one? Will you pay $14.99? Is that how much it is? Would you pay for GvW? My honest opinion, if I'm available, probably. It's less than $1 a match. But yeah, all right. I'll probably check it out. Yeah, I'll probably check it out, do a live commentary, see what they're all about. Because if you go back, I said, start a new promotion. It was just all a mad panic and a scramble this one. All righty. Okay, so if Georgia lose a whole heap of matches, then they're in licorice all sorts. And then, of course, to me, it seemed pretty obvious. And I don't know if it'll benefit them if they announce him as a special guest later on. Sorry. Just got to reply. Okay. Yeah, if he's involved, I could see it getting a lot of people annoyed, especially with everything that's going on. I can't because I think, to say that Engen's never I think it was along the lines, I'm paraphrasing now, that along the lines of he hasn't reached out or we haven't spoke, but then we're really good friends and I left the company because of what they did to Engen, but we haven't spoke about this event. Just not adding up to me. So for me, I think a lot of fans at the moment will just go, pump the brakes. He's involved. Then I'm not. Then it's not for me. Just while we're here, 3 reasons how EvW can fail. 3 reasons how EvW fail, and then I'll get to your comments and we'll have a bit of a chat. If they go backwards in the production, they've set a standard now. They've set a standard with Brian Shaw's involvement. That's got to be it. I love the drone going over the buildings like I was watching the NBA. And then went to the comment, it's like, we're here at Blue Arena, Colorado. And they went to, Neil and Ben in the commentary. And they were chatting about it, the highlights package beforehand, the list of the rules. And then when the matches were on, nothing went wrong. Nothing went wrong on my end. Nothing went wrong. What happened afterwards? That wasn't bad. Not promoting events on EvW. So someone was telling me, did I see it somewhere, that Dexter is giving out match announcements to particular YouTubers to announce the match. Why is it so impossible to promote East versus West on the East versus West YouTube channel? Why is that so hard? 2-minute promo video. First match announced at Switzerland. And things like that. Why is it so impossible to have content on the East versus West channel? We just got the matches on, right? So if you're going to announce the next match who Oleg Petrenko's going to pull, just do a 2-minute promo video with music and get us all fired up. Or have, if you want Robert Baxter involved on screen or Dexter on screen. Hey, guys, next match, Oleg Petrenko v. whoever. I don't get it. How hard is it? Now, I obviously, because I'm not watching all the live streams and I'm not watching all the videos, because I'm clearly missing something. Am I losing my shit over it? I mean, they didn't even interview all the athletes for the last event. I just don't get it. So I was like, spread the love, cool, but do it on East versus West first on that channel, and then give. Oh, bloody hell! Spilt me coffee. That's how fired up I am. Bloody hell! I'll clean that in a moment. I don't think I've got a towel anyway. But just do it on that channel. East versus West, and then go, right. Now you can put it on your channel. We'll give you the rights to take our promo video and put it on my channel. And then one thing that someone sent me a little clip, and then it was like promoting pirating. I forgot the young fella's name. It's gone ahead of me. He was on Dexter's Live, and he says, it was along the lines of, I'm sure you all tell me in the chat. I do apologize. Too many sleepless nights with the girls, and this big opportunity for footy has really taken my eye off the ball. But the question along the line was, are you going to watch GvW event? And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to pirate it as well. It's like, well, clearly you pirate, in my opinion, all the events. And then Dexter laughed instead of, well, I did, but that's when my clip finished. So I hope Dexter went, no, you shouldn't pirate it. Buy the pay-per-view. But it's like, you can't be the owner promoting that and not pull it up and just go, mate, come on. If you're going to help us out, you know, you got to come on my show here. You can't be promoting pirating. Just don't watch it. Pay the money or don't watch it. Wait till it comes out on YouTube. You can't be doing that. I thought that I might be overthinking it. I think that hurts big time. I think that hurts big time. Right. I'm about 100 comments behind. So let me try and catch up. Right, where am I? We all know he deletes all the comments. Okay. Yes, big fan of Lucky and what she's doing on the show. Everyone go to her podcast. Okay, let me go down. Price Wars, interesting. I'm sure they do the Swiss Open every year. I'm not sure if it's in Zurich, but they do the Swiss Open every year. Like, let me scroll down. G'day, Mobicry. How you going? I'm a big fan of that. Unless they're coming out with like huge announcements, but we just need. I just see this behavior with every single, and it started already with GvW. It started already, like a promoter just wanting to get themselves over, not the company, get themselves over, and I've seen it with almost every company that I've worked for. Did Roman do anything sketchy, or do we just associate him with Engen? I believe the story goes he went behind Dexter's back. Dexter employed him, and he went behind Dexter's back and spoke to Engen, and then ended up getting fired. I'm sure people will proving astrology. My man, you've been a member for like 3 years. Thank you for the support. And then when it all came out, he would just like attack everyone in the comments. Like he was on my life, like as in the comments, and he'd just attack everyone. And it's a bit like, come on, mate. Come on. Yeah, everything I watched was that. Neil pickup. Thank you. I know. I've bloody spilt it there. I am sorry. What's going on here? Oh, beauty. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll scroll down because I've said all my bits and pieces, and I'll answer some questions in a moment. A clear sabotage attempt. Don't know if it was a sabotage event. I think it was made out of spite, though. I think it's like, this is all bullshit, what's going on, and we're coming after him this way, because their behavior hasn't shown it. I don't think it's the sabotage, but it just points out more lies from in the past. Due to my wedding, I'll miss the lifetime opportunity of watching Devin Levan and other superstars in person. Recently moved from Amsterdam to Zurich. Hope you're doing well, Jake. Ready, bang. Oh, Udapa, thank you very much. Oh, damn. How much is a ticket? Or are you getting married the same day? Congratulations, by the way. What else have we got? Man, everyone, geez, you all attack each other. I wonder if GvW follow EvW in the way of inaccurate competitor stats. Why can't you just get that right? Hats off to Matt Rhodes asking the tough questions. Matt, yeah, and Matt's not a fence sitter. He's got no allegiance. He's not looking for work in the arm wrestling thing, in the arm wrestling world. He loves the sport. He does love it, and he always speaks his mind. That's why we hit it off. Because Matt's told me a few things he hasn't liked about me, and we've gone back and forth. We've got a lot of things outside of arm wrestling in common. So, we were drawn to each other. But, yeah. I from what I saw, thought he was great. What else have we got? Just quickly. I can't wait for people like Dennis, Kirill, Voivoda compete at GvW after them passive aggressively saying EvW is for strongman. Oh, I guarantee you Voivoda won't compete at GvW if he finds out a particular person is involved. That's all I can say. But I could see Kirill competing at EvW because he probably feels like he could beat Levan after that fiasco. Reschedule the marriage, you'll understand. Oh, that's hilarious. Can we get a prediction for how many events? Depends how much they're paying them for this one. 16 matches. I mean, a lot of them are Georgian athletes. I'm sure flights and everything won't be too much. 5. I'll go 5, and then I'll see what their first event's like afterwards. So hold me to this one. 5 to start with. But I think they might get some funding for someone that made a lot of money recently. I'm not a major sponsor, because if I was, I'd want him to bloody say it. I'd want him to bloody say, hey, Aussie arm wrestler. Is this Brad? What's going on, Brad? Are you superstar? Oh, hey, Aussie. Been kind of out of the loop. Good to see you going strong. Do you know any details on the over-the-top tournament? Will the top Aussies be competing? I know everything about the over-the-top tournament. Well, just about. So, let me go. No, to this one. I recently just shared something of it. Where's my archives? Brad, I'll quickly answer this one for you. So it's going to be in October. Registrations are now open. $25,000 up for grabs, Australian. The 19th of October, $25,000. $10,000 if you win the open category. $10,000 Australian. So maybe 7.5 US. Then, just having a look. I reckon Lockie will pull. He won it last time. I think Lockie will pull. I think Ryan Bowen will pull. Lockie and Rickard Bournemouth, the tournament's up the road from their house. So I reckon definitely them two will pull. It's at a casino. It's going to be heaps and heaps of people there. Devon's coming as a special guest. Any other questions, Brad? Slide into my DMs, buddy. Hope you are doing well. Slide in there. Hey, what's going on? Roy Baker. Thank you very much, Brad. But yeah, hit me up with any questions that you need. Okay, I'm a bit behind. Let me catch up. Dollar goes a long way in all of the world. Yeah, I know. Come in, mate, because we're the only channel that will bury you for getting married. You totally missed. Go to the end of when East versus West was in Georgia. Levan wasn't competing, so they got him up on stage to grip up with Krill. Krill took it a bit too seriously and ripped Levan. It was supposed to be like a fake exhibition match. And Levan got pissed because he wasn't training. He might have been off cycle. And, yeah, it didn't go well. And then Engen threw his business partners under the bus. Made him sit next to him go, I had nothing to do with it. It's like, mate. But it was good. Going back to you, Brad Grundy, it was good to see you at EvW. And if you want to do a show during the week, you let me know, mate. I'd love to have you back on. Hey, what's going on? Ryan Bussier. But yeah, if you ever want to come on the show, buddy, you let me know. Not today, because I don't know how long I'll be going for, just looking at your comments. So, yeah, they're the reasons why. That whole, it was very hard to dissect. So much of that Matt Rhodes live just went wrong. That has done zero good for GvW. Zero good. Ryan Bowen will be on Matt's show, so let's hope he can salvage something for GvW. The good thing for GvW is there's still about 6 weeks until their event. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 weeks until their event. Actually, I think it might be the same weekend that Devon and I are in Queensland. October 8th. Yeah, I think it is, actually. Maybe I won't be doing a live commentary. Yeah. Oh, depending on what time it is, because the over-the-top tournament will start. I might just be able to do a live commentary in a spare room at the casino. And then as soon as that finishes, quickly run and commentate this. I'll at least do some of it. That's for sure. But there are a few matches I am excited for. But I would be sitting there. If I were GvW and just going to Roman, what the fuck went on there? It was terrible. Hey, what's going on, Evan Roach? Hope you're doing well. I'm sure this has been discussed at some point, but what's the deal with GvW thing? EvW athletes weren't allowed to compete elsewhere, but they're allowed to start their own leagues now. Yeah, so Engen sold the company, and then, in my opinion, went out of his way to torpedo the company to ensure it didn't survive. So he pressured Eastern athletes, his mates, Eastern Europeans, to quit. And 27 of them quit. Some of it, like Gennadi's still under contract, but started his own league, so he's not He's not competing, so that makes no sense. And then, they're saying everyone's under contract, but then Gennady says, I'm only dealing with athletes that aren't under contract. It's just all a big mess. Just one big, giant mess. That's for sure. Would I MC if they asked at GvW? Not their first show. No. Well, I'm here in Queensland. Devon's going to be a special guest at the biggest tournament in Australia. I'll be coming that. I'll be emceeing, commentating that all day. It's going to be like another 10, 11-hour day. So it's going to be huge. But so I won't be cancelling that for GvW. In the future, not sure. Brian, I've gotten to a stage in my life. I've achieved everything I wanted to in arm wrestling. I wanted to commentate for the number one promotion in the world that was equivalent to WAL, and that was King of the Table. I came on board after Devon and Levan won. That's when arm wrestling was peaking. I've got the respect of all the top athletes around the world. I was messaging Hermes the other day. John Brzezinski and Devon have publicly come out, say I'm good or a very hard worker. You're fantastic, good for the sport. Not just John and Devon. Denis Saplenkov, Alexei Voivoda said, that I've been fantastic for the sport. I've been able to travel the world and make a lot of friends in almost every bloody continent. I've helped leagues start from the ground up and get noticed. They've obviously made some mistakes and some aren't around anymore. Some are struggling. To sit there, I really love Pulling John, the documentary. And then I was the guy for Pulling John too, whether it was the press conference, the introduction, the commentary, the post-match interviews. That was me. I was there for Levan, the oxygen tank, interviewing Levan with the oxygen tank. Blokes that I watched, the WAL, are now my friends. I used to watch them. I was in hospital once to watch the last WAL, and I stayed off my phone for 24 hours, so I didn't read the results. And now these guys are my friends. And I got a long list of so many other accomplishments. So now, Brian, I've got two, as everyone knows, I've got two girls, 3 years and under. I'm at a stage now where I love being at home, and I've gotten used to it. Of course, if the money's right, I'll get there. And if, people can always ask me, they can always ask me, but yeah, to answer your question in a very long statement, yeah, I'm not in a hurry to go. Not in a hurry to go anywhere. What else can I achieve? I've been so grateful these last few years to make this my full-time job. So grateful for yourself, for the 143 people here in the chat, for people that bought the merch, the trading cards, that were in other live streams. Get Aussie. And I'll always appreciate it, even if you continue to do it. But it's going to take a bit more. Like the achievements I've had, I don't know what else to achieve. I've made my impact. I am loving it. And of course, if they, someone might say, hey, we're going to give you a big bag of cash. Well, I'm not stupid, Brian. I'm not stupid. If someone's going to offer me a big bag of cash, I am there. Absolutely. I got mouths to feed. But yeah. You can count on us. Ryan Bowen will not be helping GvW either. Well, I reckon he will. He speaks very well. Hopefully I'm around and I'll try and watch it. Seeing Roman as the co-ed. I don't think he's the owner, though. I don't think he is. I think he's involved in asking Artie, like, why on earth would, unless it is just I think someone mentioned that Roman took out a loan and maybe bought his way in. Can I tell everyone I'm an owner? Wow, that is not how I expect it. So going back to the poll, 132 votes. Would you pay $14.99 for GvW? I genuinely thought it would be flipped the other way around, but 83% say no. Wow. I thought a lot would say yes. You guys what else have we got? Yeah. We need Jake and Chael Sonnen in the commentary booth at EvW. Kind of sounded like a golf commentary last time. I didn't hear the commentary, obviously, Tall Paul, because I might have heard a little bit just to see what the athletes were saying, but there was miscommunication. So I heard the commentary, but I didn't really hear much of it. So I could only go off what you guys say. There were some terrible comments made at Gennady. You could see him losing it like Engen. I don't think I've got... I haven't got 3 hours. 3 hours. Hey, Carolyn, what's going on? It's been a hot minute. Hope you were doing well. Yeah, but I think Neil didn't know because Neil, I believe, mentioned earlier, acting earlier. I think he said earlier that he couldn't hear the athlete, so he just kept talking, which is what I would do. Yeah, there you go. That was hilarious. Aren't you joining EvW? Dexter said that. When did he say that? I have had zero interaction with Mr. Tan. I've had zero interaction. Dexter mentioned you to join. Someone will have to timestamp me, slide it in my DMs, but no. No one's reached out to me. The last time I spoke to EvW was when they cancelled my live stream with Matt and Philip and said they've got to do the East versus West one first. I thought that was an only Engen thing. So I spoke to Robert and offered. I said, I'll do it on your channel, but in return, I get to have one interview and you help promote my channel. I said, I'll do it for free. And I didn't get a response. And then all of a sudden, Ray did the ones that I had organized. So, yeah. Wish everyone all the best, but someone will have to timestamp it and send it to me. Nah. Must be talking about someone else, a different Australian. What else have we got? I'm 3 minutes behind in the comments. So just so this one here, threatening a boycott unless Engen is involved and then starting another league where Engen still isn't involved makes 0 sense. I know. That's what's not sitting well with me. You're involved, but we're not going to be at EvW because Engen's not involved. But he's not involved here. But we're still going to pull. Now I get it. The only argument, if I'm going to play devil's advocate is Gennady's in charge and he might have a better relationship and he might think what's right for the European athletes and a couple of others. So I could see that, but it still doesn't sit well with me. Come on, Aussie. No way this crowd is paying. Well, okay. Stop yelling at me, JR. What else have we got? Everyone's just chatting to each other. Oh, Dexter said they're considering bringing commentators in and out. You were mentioned. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, well, I haven't had any of it. Oh, no, yes. So that's a different Aussie. So when we were at King of the Table, so Ben's awesome. So he was a part of like the core sports team when I first started at King of the Table. And there's a guy there called Oz. There's a guy who's pretty good as a technical director named Oz. So when they were in my ear and they're like, Oz, can you do this? Oz, can you do that? It was rattling my brain because then they would call me Jake. All right, Jake, because they would call him Oz or Aussie. Different person. It's a different person. This all makes sense now. Thank you. We'll clear that up. No, they weren't talking. I'm no technical director. No, it's a guy that worked with Ben. They're both awesome. Ben's a rock star. So's Oz. Got along with them great. At my time at when they were working with King of the Table. So if they're involved, that's great. So there you go. How did you enjoy the arm wrestling Sear videos? He's done all right with them, hasn't he? He's done all right. Well, I'm assuming it's a he. He's done all right. I've enjoyed them. I enjoyed the first two. Watch the third one. The reason with the third one was just almost like repeating. It's okay. All the same stuff. So looking forward to the next one. That's a lot of work. A lot of work goes into that. Let's have a look. But yeah, hey, for everyone, wish me all the best. I'll be commentating in a giant stadium here in Australia. There's going to be 30,000 people there. I cannot wait for that. Doing an Aussie Rules Footy legend match. Slip from Roman saying this was a long-term plan. Well, I assume any promotion starting will have a long-term plan. You wouldn't just. I think it's better than just saying we wanted to do a one and done. I don't know if that was a slip or anything, mate. It'd be. I would rather a promotion say. It's like I love it when an athlete says they want to be world champion, not just I wouldn't mind winning a tournament here or there. But if they came out and said, "Oh, this is just a one-off," I'd be like, "Oh, okay. If I miss it, I miss it. I don't care." But if they want to go on and make this huge, then yeah. Now I'm confused. All right. So there's basically how I think they can all succeed and they can all fail. They're just there's a lot of ball dropping going on, in my opinion. A lot of ball dropping. Everything's there for the taking. And everyone's just butchering it. Oh. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what the next move is. Very interesting. So what do you think, giving you guys, what's your number one thing why both promotions will succeed? And what's your number one reason why both promotions will fail? Let me know in the chat. I haven't got too much longer because I got to go to playgroup with my girls. And that's heaps of fun. Yeah, let me double check. There's some other things here. No, not that one. Ooh. That's funny. Okay. Anything else? Let's have a look. Okay, interesting. Interesting takes with a few people. Will succeed because arm wrestling is awesome. Will fail due to greed, BMWs, etc. Oh, EvW will succeed. They have the best. GvW fail because of EvW. Matt read this one guy's chat saying, oh, here's another positive. Comment was funny. Late last night, Dexter said many of the current sponsors said they would leave if the name was switched to King of the Table or some name. Interesting. So they want it kept as EvW, but won't promote it on their own channel. Wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. What else have we got? Oh, got to get back at it. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up in a minute soon. I'm going to wrap up. Just want to go into some of these chats. Well, I don't think I was crying. After spilling that, but it's going to stink in here for a bit. But anyway, hey, just drop some more comments if you're watching this now or a little bit later. I'm going to wrap up. I might do another show later on the week, whether it's a Mac prediction. I know you're joking, Painless. A Mac prediction show. Just trying to sit there and see who should I invite to get on the show later on in the week. Who should come on the show? I was speaking to Marlon and Fia the other day. I'm going to organise a time to get them back on the show. Drop some names. It'll be hard to get the European athletes. Oh, not really, but I'm just sick of getting up at 2 a.m. for a show. But that's all right. Anyway, this has been fun. It's been a lot of fun. That's all I can say. Just once again, I thought Roman Reigns was the best at burying people. Turns out he's the second best. Right. I'm out of here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's just when you thought it was all over, this comes in. Thank you all so much for the support. I'm out of here.